Hello, this is Robert Borton, CEO of Classical Conversations, and so excited to be here today with Jeffrey Cloa. He is the Chief Curatorial Officer at Museum of the Bible, and we'll find out what that means here in a minute. But be sure to hit this like button and share this video with your friends because we're going to have a lot of great topics and things that you're going to want your friends to know about, because I hear we've got some homeschool days coming up, some discounts for Classical Conversations families, and so you won't want to miss this. So make sure you share this with your friends. So Jeffrey, just tell me a little bit, what does a curatorial officer do?
Well, mostly emails and meetings, but no, it's a lot of fun here at Museum of the Bible because we get to highlight the rich and important history of the Bible and the impact that it's had on really the entire world, but especially on Western culture, European culture, and American history for so long. So basically, I get to work with a team that helps teach about the Bible and do so in a pretty creative and engaging way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, so many of us, have our Bible by our beds or pick it up and read it, and we think that that's all there is to it. But that's not it. There's all these historical artifacts and different things that point back to the truth of the Bible. It's not just the written word that we have faith in, but we can see, of course, the works of the Lord all around us, and that's what we do at Classical Conversations. But what are some of those things that families can expect to see at the Museum of the Bible?
Well, a lot. It's a very, very large museum, and it's organized kind of around three main themes. So we have the history of the Bible, which is really kind of the history of the Bible as a book in a way, all the way from the ancient Near Eastern backgrounds, Babylon and Assyria and that context, the Kingdom period, Roman period, and then you start to see manuscripts all the way down through Latin and Greek manuscripts to Gutenberg to modern Bibles to the work of translation today. So that entire history is in one place. And we've had scholars tell us there's not another place like this in the world that has everything in one spot. So about 650 artifacts just on that floor alone. The second main theme is the impact of the Bible. And there we talk about the impact of the Bible kind of in two broad categories. Around the world, kind of culturally, so the impact on literature, music, architecture, human rights, government, all kinds of areas. And the second main area is the impact of the Bible on America. So how has the Bible been a part of America's story all the way from the Mayflower down to the present day? All kinds of cool things there. And then the third main theme is the stories of the Bible. And we have some really fascinating and engaging experiential ways to teach about the basic stories of the Bible, and not to be missed at all. Make sure you carve out some time to see really things you can't see, the Bible presented in ways that are completely unique to what we do at Museum of the Bible. So a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, so I know I've had friends go up for 8 hours and said that they've barely seen the tip of the iceberg. So I know we were talking a little bit before we got on stage, but you said it's almost 8 days worth of activity at the Museum of the Bible.
Yeah, if you read every label, watched every video, listened to everything, and take about 8. I don't encourage you to do that, but that's it's designed so that there's something appealing and informative and interesting for all backgrounds, all age groups. You're going to find something that will help you learn at Museum of the Bible.
That's awesome. Well, homeschoolers learn quickly oftentimes. So you guys have a homeschool day pass for 3 days and have a big homeschool event that you guys are hosting. Can you give us a little bit of details about that?
Yeah, we're really excited about the partnership with Classical Conversations. There's discounted tickets for your community. So love to welcome you to the museum. That's good anytime. And you can find that information on the website. We also have done actually for, I think, since we opened basically, but we do homeschool days where we have special programs for homeschool families and children. Those coming up will be May 13th and 14th. And so love to have you up to DC for that. And on the 15th of May, we'll have a professional development day for parents and instructors to go more in depth, learn more about topics, the content, as well as methods for teaching. So kind of a whole 3-day opportunity to really soak in what we have at Museum of the Bible.
That's awesome. So you guys are more than just a museum. You guys do a lot of adult education as well. Is there a separate program or something where adults who want to learn more can access those details through the Museum of the Bible?
Yeah, certainly with COVID, of course, not so many people able to travel and to visit us in person. So we put together a lot of really great resources on our learning page. If you go to our website, there's a whole fun series of videos you could probably just use as they are, in fact. 60 videos on artifacts. They're kind of fun, a little bit low tech because it was kind of COVID, and but there's several on Gutenberg or the Aitken Bible, the Revolutionary War Bible, or uh, artifacts from the Roman period. All kinds of things that you can use right away. Short, fun, entertaining, but informative video clips. We have a whole series of adult education programs that we offer. A couple of times a month, we'll have a program. And now we're doing, of course, online as well as when we can hybrid in person. So that's available. A lot of those have been archived in our podcast series, so you can find all those on our website.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that Classical Conversations discount code is Classical Conversations 21, all one word, the number
Right.
21 at the end. So sure we'll have that out there for all of you, but just real grateful for that, and real grateful that you guys become a national partner with us here at Classical Conversations. Can you tell them a little bit about what we're working on together on ways where Classical Conversations families could maybe get a little bit more benefit from the Museum of the Bible and get more benefit from our curriculum and how we can tie those things together?
Yeah, absolutely. I've joked with some of the partners we've been talking with in this process that your timeline song video. I think you could do about 60% of that video based on our existing artifacts. Like it's all there. And so part of what we're working on is putting together kind of a tour and resources for families that when they get here, they can just boom, boom, boom. Here's where we're at right now in our learning, and here's the topic, and we can go nail that, right away, and then have all the other stuff as well. So to kind of pinpoint the obvious and direct connections to the curriculum is. We're
That's
also,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Um,
I love that.
yeah, it's and I mean, you just take Gutenberg for example. You can actually do Gutenberg in a couple of ways. We have some pages from the first edition Gutenberg. We have a fourth edition Gutenberg complete you can look at. It's an amazing copy. And then we also have a full-size operating replica of the Gutenberg press. And we have a living history interpreter that will tell you all about how that worked. They'll print a page for you. So it's not just passive, see a book in a case, but you can interact and go deeper into that topic, right in the museum. So a lot of really obvious and fun connections to make.
Awesome. Well, I can see why parents would want to come up for 2 or 3 days and make a real trip out of it. Are you guys?
Another area we're working on with Classical Conversations is to put together some college level dual credit courses and even a master's level course as that's accredited, and parents or educators can get a full course on the history of the Bible based on our exhibit at Museum of the Bible. So we hope to launch that in August in partnership with you guys, and you'll be able to see all our cool artifacts just by taking the course.
Yeah, that's one area that we've always been a focus on is the parents, because if you educate the parents, they're going to do a good job of educating the families, and just been so excited about all the upper level stuff that we're doing for them to really just give them credit almost for some of the work that they're already doing, and those things that they're already pouring into their children and being able to pour into them some more. So just so excited about all of our partnerships along those lines. And you guys are going to be at our national conference here, April 29th to May 1st, and excited to, just promote you guys to all of our fans and customers that are able to make that event. And I know that, Classical Conversations is able to grow and support homeschoolers because of our partners like the Museum of the Bible. Jeff, tell us a little bit about your background. I should have introduced you and told you a little bit about your projects that you've been involved in, but just to give the audience a little bit about yourself.
Oh, not all that important or exciting, but been with the museum for about 4 years now. And prior to that, I was a professor and a provost at Concordia Seminary in St. Louis, Missouri, for 18 years. Taught New Testament, and my research area was New Testament manuscripts. So that's what got me really excited about Museum of the Bible, because we have some really amazing New Testament manuscripts. And prior to that, I was actually a pastor in Cleveland for a number of years. So never thought that a museum would be a job, actually, but it's a great project and a great mission. I love getting the Bible out there in the public in a way that's really interesting and fascinating, and gets people excited about learning more about the Bible and its history and what's in it, and the impact it has had and still has in our world today.
Awesome. Now, obviously with COVID, we're all used to being in our homes, or many of us have been trying to live as normal lives as possible. Have you guys added any sort of virtual tours or anything that families can do online if they're not able to make it to DC right now?
Yeah, we're just finished filming actually a kind of a 3D walkthrough of the entire museum. And over the next probably month or so, we'll get that all cleaned up, and you'll see that roll out here probably April, May, that kind of timeline. And we'll kind of experiment to see how best to use it. We'll be able to do virtual tours inside of that, and people will be able to do it on their own and zoom in on artifacts and labels and see everything coming along. So yeah, one of our big goals coming up is, code, of course, is a challenge, but it's also made us aware of the opportunities we have to bring the Bible and the Museum of the Bible to people who can't come to Washington and never will make it to Washington. So yeah, that's coming along, and hopefully by your conference in May, we'll be able to, or at the end of April, we'll be able to highlight some of that, and everyone will be able to meet some of our great people here at the museum and learn more about our programs and all the opportunities, whether you come to DC or you're learning from home, that you'll be able to connect with us at Museum of the Bible.
That's awesome. Well, I've only had raging fans from anyone who's gone and visited, and I've been encouraged by so many people to come up, and just with 3 little kids, haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I'm looking forward to visiting very soon. What's your website that people can go find out more information? I mean, obviously they can Google Museum of the Bible, but what's the best way to get there?
Yeah, just Google Museum of the Bible or museumofthebible.org, one word, museumofthebible.org. And tons of resources there. Love to have you connect, and hope we get to see all of you soon.
Jeff and I were wrapped up, but realized that there was something really cool that our families would love to hear about. And so we're coming back for a couple more minutes just to tell you about the Magna Carta exhibit that is coming over. Jeff, you want to tell them all about that, when that will be there, where is it coming over from, and those details.
Yeah, fantastic. Sorry, I should have looked at my notes before I said we were done. But yeah, we do special exhibits at Museum of the Bible as well, so that there's always something new for people to come back to, and it allows us to dig deeper into the Bible. There's so much to cover. So we have a special exhibit coming 4th of July weekend on the Magna Carta. And we're bringing a Magna Carta from Hereford Cathedral, England, and an original letter from 1215 that King John, of course, the worst king in English history, right, wrote to announce the Magna Carta. It's the one of a kind. There's not another copy in the world. That'll be on exhibit here at Museum of the Bible. It'll be a lot of fun. We've got the actor Andy Serkis, who played Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and he's in Star Wars. And anyway, he's playing King John for the videos. And so we're telling that story. But what people don't know is that, of course, there's a background and contact with the Bible in Magna Carta. So what role did faith and ideas like created in the image of God have to play in the formation of Magna Carta and still impacts our legal system in America and England today? And we're continuing that story with some of the really cool artifacts we have at the Museum of the Bible of how Magna Carta influenced the founding fathers and played a role in the formation of our democracy. So it's a really cool exhibit. It's going to be a lot of fun, one of a kind, and that'll come 4th of July weekend. It'll be here at Museum of the Bible through basically January 1st, 2022. So if you come before then, great, but come back again after July 1st. And it's a really special treat we'll have here for you at the museum.
Oh, well. Well, that's awesome. I know our students love learning about the Magna Carta and how that interacts with our founding documents and how the United States. So I think it'd be really eye-opening for them to be able to see those documents up close and personal. So I definitely encourage everyone to go check that out in July and go to the homeschool day in May. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. And remember to hit the button, share it with your friends, and our special code, Classical Conversations 21, to get those discount tickets. And just super excited to be working with a group that loves the Lord, that's bringing the Bible to life for these families and students, and just everything that we're called to do together in faith. And so thank you so much.